Okay, this is Brent Jett and I'm working with Stefan Hamstra. Today we will be showing you how to build and how to plan out and build a basic audio booster. The first component that you have to build is this dual supply creator here. Basically what this does is splits the input voltage into two halves, one positive, one negative. This gets fed into the actual audio booster where integrated circuits accept the positive and the negative inputs. This audio input that we show here, it can be anything from your laptop to your iPhone or just anything that plays music. All this outputs to a speaker system. It can be headphones, portable speaker, and just as long as you can hear from it, it'll work.
Now I'm going to show you guys how to build a dual supply power source by first drawing a simple schematic of it. So we have our power source, so we're going to use 18 volts. Now I'm just going to draw what we would have a wire coming here, and then the purpose of a dual supply power source is to have a positive and negative voltage coming out of it. So that's what I'm going to draw right here. V plus and a V minus. And the purpose of these is to power the op amp that we will use to boost our amplifier. Now continuing on with this schematic, I'm going to draw a wire going into a resistor R1 that will be in series with a resistor R2. Now to make this all work, we have to have a voltage drop in the middle of the circuit that will be connected to ground. Now I'm going to show you guys the circuit for the dual supply power source. As you see here, we have our positive input connected to a wire connected to the resistor in series with another resistor, and then to our ground, which is this blue wire right here. And as I was talking about before, we have our voltage drop in the ground, which is represented by this black wire right here, and our positive voltage by the yellow and negative voltage by the orange. As you see here, I have two capacitors connected in parallel with our resistors in order to keep the voltage from fluctuating.
Okay, now that you've seen the dual power supply, it's time to show you the actual audio booster. This right here is a schematic view, and this value over here on the far left is VA, which is essentially your audio input. The first resistor you see there with the 10 above it, that's just so that you can represent that this overall circuit has a gain of 10. The RF there with the arrow through the resistor symbol is our potentiometer, which can adjust the resistance between 1 and 10, which actually adjusts our volume. However, since this is an inverting op amp, we will have to pass it through this second one to actually get a positive gain of 10, and the V out there on the far right is what is outputted to your headphones or speaker. Okay guys, we've shown you the theoretical concept for the audio booster. Now it's time to actually talk about the components. Okay, right here we have a drawing of what a real op amp looks like. If you notice the little pin 4, the negative VCC, and pin 8, the positive VCC, this is actually where our dual output from the dual power supply creator actually goes. Okay, if you look at pin 1, it's labeled out A. This is where our actual audio input will go into our first of two integrated circuits. Pin 7, out B, this is where the real audio output for the headphones will be located.
Alright guys, now we're on the final part of the project. We showed you how to do the dual supply power circuit, we showed you what the op amp looks like, and now we will show you what the audio booster actual circuit looks like. Now as you see, if you remember correctly, we had our V plus right here as this yellow wire and our V minus as this orange wire. So our V plus will go into our VCC on the op amp, which is our pin 8, and our V minus will go to our negative VCC, which is our pin 4. Here we have the potentiometer, which is connected to our input supply, and to our output A. Potentiometer works fairly simply. You just rotate the knob and the resistance will adjust, therefore making the volume adjust. We also have our inputs and our output right here, which you can use for phones and headphones.